Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet a living legend in the world of flags and flagpoles. Steve Symonds is in the studio. His incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I'm so honored to have in the studio today Steve Symonds. He's with Symonds Flag Pole. As you're driving around Dallas-Fort Worth, you see these huge flags that are often in front of car dealerships or maybe a city building. And my next guest makes these things, and I can't imagine how proud he must be to drive around Dallas-Fort Worth and say, I did that one, I did that one. Steve, thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's start at the beginning. So your grandfather started this?
Yeah, he started in 1969. He was born in 1900. In 69, he was retired, building picture frames in his garage, and ended up building a flagpole for his neighbor and himself, and thought this is great.
Wow. Okay, so when did you start working in the business?
I started working in 1969 for Granddad.
Is that right?
I was 13 years old, lived in Dallas, but he lived in Oklahoma City, and I went up there and helped him during the summers.
Wow. I mean, when you were working at 13, did you think that you would take over the business one day?
Not even a thought in my mind.
and it's grown tremendously over the years. We're going to show the website, and as we scroll down the website, you do more than just the U.S. flag or the Texas flag. You do schools, you do all kinds of flags. What does it feel like to create? I consider it a work of art. I mean, when you see some of these oversized flags, that has to make you proud.
Oh, it does, and they're so large and beautiful, and it's not just building a fence out in the backyard or something like that. I mean, it's a lot of times a very tall structure, and it has to be engineered and designed in a good way that you know that it's going to still be there after a storm when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. I want to geek out a little bit on the kind of the engineering, because in order to support a flag of that size, the flagpole has to be almost hurricane-proof, doesn't it?
Well, it does. I've got several flagpoles out in the Florida area, Galveston, along the Gulf Coast, and they get hit by hurricanes many times, and I've probably got 50 to 100 flagpoles out in Florida right now that are 100 foot and taller that I wake up in the morning and I know it's still there.
Which I think is amazing. So, you know, a tornado or something can destroy buildings, but your flagpole is still standing, and that has to be a source of pride for you. There was a great piece done on you by the city of Irving. Let's go ahead and roll that.
On a windy day, you can hear the many flags waving outside Symonds Flags and Poles on State Highway 183 in Irving. Inside, you can hear and see how they come together.
They're all hand sewn. We sew the stars on.
Symonds Flags focuses on big flags. We're talking really big. Those you see outside some car dealerships and even bigger.
This is material for a flag that we're going to be making 75 foot by 150 foot. That's 11,250 square feet.
We're excited to have you in our community.
We visited the business during a ribbon-cutting celebration hosted by the Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Every time you come in here, it's awesome. I'm so glad they selected Irving.
Just watching the ladies sew. I mean, they don't talk too much. They're just busy with their little sewing machine.
First of all, it's great to have an American-made product. and it's even greater to have an Irving-made product.
Well, the owner has already proved, I think, that he could step up and be part of the community.
They're very supportive, very, very supportive.
The store sells flags and patriotic gifts to the public, but the primary operation here is making those supersized flags for corporate customers across the country. Turns out big flags are big business.
Probably by the end of this next month, we'll have our third shift going and we'll be 24/7 making flags. We can't hardly keep up.
Flying a massive flag requires constructing a massive pole. These are pieces of a 250-foot flagpole. One piece weighs 20,000 pounds.
You were talking about $1 million contracts. This is a huge business.
Yeah. To give you an example, the 350-foot flagpole is up to about $6.7 million just for one flagpole.
The company moved to Irving less than 2 years ago. Already, there is a lot of success to celebrate at this family-owned business.
Business has been great. It really has. And this location has been great.
Patriotism, pride, and profit coming together at Symonds Flags and Poles in Irving. Thomas Gandy for City Source.
Steve, you have such a cool job.
It's a lot of fun.
Right? And I have to imagine, especially under the new administration, sales must be going crazy.
I got to tell you, it's the best it's ever been.
Yes.
Republicans have done very well for me.
Absolutely. And we all, drive around Dallas-Fort Worth and we'll see a cheaply made flag that's in tatters. That probably hurts your heart the same way it hurts mine.
Well, yes. That's disrespect, really, to our national emblem.
And you were telling me before the show that the way you've designed it is it really doesn't get wrapped around the pole.
Right. I designed a ball truck, which houses the pulleys and the ropes, and in this case, cables. And they're designed to revolve around the pole 360 degrees. So no matter which way the wind's blowing, the flag flows with it.
I love that. And you were telling me that your hallmark is excellence. So you don't skimp on materials and.
We don't skimp on anything. I want to be able to sleep at night, wake up in the morning and know that my flagpole's still standing. I love building the flagpoles. I hate working on them, so I fix them and build them so that I don't have to work on them.
And you were telling me that you have these vans that go around and they actually have big sewing machines in the van?
Yeah, we have 4 vans. They go to all the dealerships and people that have these large flags, and they take the flag down. They repair the flag right inside the van where we have sewing machines and run it right back up the flagpole. So it keeps the customer from having to have his money invested in another flag that's sitting in the closet or out at the repair facility of wherever he might be having it repaired at.
Largest project you ever worked on, and was the flag like half a football field?
The flag was 50 foot by 100 foot, 5,000 square feet.
No kidding.
So, which is about twice as big as some of the big flags that you see around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It was on a 340 foot flagpole in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How often do you get to visit the projects? I mean, when they're installing it in?
Well, on the big flagpoles, anything 100 foot and taller, I'm always there.
Really?
I'm always there. There's too much that can go wrong. The flagpoles are installed 1 foot in the ground for every 10 foot above as kind of a general rule.
Yes.
We usually go a little bit deeper, depending on the situation with the ground and the location where the pole's going. There's just so many things that could come up that really bite you in.
Well, okay, tell me about what it's like when your customer sees the flag for the first time.
Oh, it's a joy. They love it. In fact, we were doing a repair just last year on a flagpole in Helper, Utah. Mm-hmm. It was a 130-foot flagpole with the flag, the 40-foot by 80-foot flag. And we were raising the flag, and there were 2 women from that facility taking pictures and video. And I went up to them. I said, you can paint your house, you can buy a new car, and you're all giddy for about 30 days. But you put up a new flag, and it's just all over again. They just love it.
Yeah, I imagine some of your clients probably get emotional just seeing it for the first time.
They do. Yeah, it is very emotional, especially for people that have children in the military.
Wow. And I think you did a big install recently for the National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington.
In Arlington, Texas, National Medal of Honor, the museum, they bought a 150-foot flagpole.
Wow. That has to feel really good.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, we've only got a couple minutes left, so final thoughts. What do you want to leave people with?
Well, the most important thing is fly the flag and be proud of the country we're living in. I mean, it's like no other place. And the flag's beautiful. Even if you don't live in the country, it's just a thing of beauty. And these big ones just really promote the patriotism that people have. And if they don't have it, it instills it.
Amen. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, your wisdom with us, and your passion for keeping patriotism alive. We're going to end with his website, which is simonsflags.us. The great Steve Symonds, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.